good morning everyone success. It's a word that carries so much weight. For some, it means wealth. For others, it's happiness, impact, or simply the fulfillment of a dream. But no matter how you define success, the path to get there rarely comes by accident. It's a journey paved with intention, discipline, and mindset. Today, I want to share with you 5 rules, 5 guiding principles that if you embrace them fully, will drastically change your chances of succeeding, whatever your goal may be. These aren't abstract ideas. They are lived experiences, lessons learned the hard way by people who refuse to give up. They're simple yet profound. Let's dive in. Before you embark on any journey, before you chase that elusive dream or set your sights on the next big achievement, it is crucial to pause and ask yourself one simple yet profoundly transformative question: why? Why do you want to succeed? What stirs something deep inside you, pulling you out of bed every morning with a sense of purpose and urgency? What is it that ignites a fire so intense in your heart that no challenge seems insurmountable? Without a crystal clear understanding of your why, the pursuit of success becomes an empty endeavor. It becomes a hollow destination devoid of meaning and fulfillment. Consider for a moment the young athlete preparing tirelessly for the Olympics. The workouts are grueling, the early mornings blend into late nights, and the sacrifices become overwhelming. Friends, social gatherings, leisure time, all fall away under the weight of relentless discipline. Yet, despite the fatigue and hardship, something extraordinary keeps them moving forward. It's not just the desire to win a medal, though that's part of it. It's not just the applause or the recognition. It is their why, the dream of standing on that podium, the pride of representing their country, the vision of inspiring others to push their limits. That why becomes their compass, guiding them through every painful step, every moment of doubt, every struggle. Your why serves as an anchor in the fiercest storms of life. When setbacks threaten to break your spirit, when obstacles loom large and the path ahead seems unclear, it is your why that holds you steady. It is the quiet voice inside that reminds you of your purpose and reignites your resolve. Without this foundation, the allure of immediate gratification or fleeting success can easily sway you, leaving you lost, frustrated, or burnt out. Imagine a ship navigating the open seas without a compass. The vastness is disorienting. The waves crash without direction. The journey becomes random with no clear destination or meaning. Success pursued without understanding your why is much the same. It may look like progress on the surface, but beneath, it is rudderless and unsatisfying. To build a life and career of lasting impact and joy, you must root yourself firmly in your why. When you take the time to clearly define your why, you create more than just a goal. You create a cause worth fighting for. This becomes the driving force that transforms obstacles into opportunities, setbacks into lessons, and effort into growth. Your why connects you deeply to your mission and gives your journey a heartbeat. It is important to recognize that discovering your why isn't always easy or immediate. It requires introspection, honesty, and courage. You must look past superficial desires and societal expectations to find what truly matters to you. It might be a passion that has always burned quietly within, a cause that resonates deeply, or a vision of the future you long to create. It is personal and unique. No one else's why can substitute for yours. Once uncovered, your why becomes a beacon of inspiration not only for yourself but also for those around you. People are drawn to authenticity and purpose. When you lead with why, you inspire trust, loyalty, and a sense of shared mission. Your why fosters resilience and creativity because it connects you to something larger than yourself. This connection is what sustains you during times of uncertainty and fatigue. When the path gets tough and the easy option is to quit, your why is the quiet force that whispers, keep going. It reminds you that your efforts matter, that your dream is worth the sacrifice, and that the impact you seek is within reach. Reflect on moments in your life when you felt truly alive and engaged. These moments are often tied to your why. They are instances when your actions and values align perfectly. Tapping into these memories can help you uncover your why and clarify what drives you at your core. In a world where distractions abound and instant gratification tempts us constantly, holding tightly to your why shields you from losing sight of what's important. It grounds your ambitions in meaning and directs your energy toward goals that matter deeply. Your why also serves as a powerful filter for decision-making. When faced with choices big or small, you can ask yourself, does this move align with my why? Does it bring me closer to the purpose I've defined? This question simplifies complexity and prevents you from being pulled in conflicting directions. Moreover, your why nurtures passion, the fuel that transforms hard work into joy. When you are driven by a profound reason, work ceases to be a chore and becomes a form of expression. Passion empowers you to innovate, to persevere, and to inspire others to join your cause. The journey toward your goals will inevitably encounter setbacks, doubts, and fears. It is here that your why reveals its true power. It strengthens your resilience and reminds you that every challenge is part of a larger story. Your why encourages you to see obstacles as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Think about the leaders, creators, and changemakers who have left an indelible mark on the world. They didn't just chase success, they chased purpose. Their why was a source of strength during trials and a magnet that attracted others to their vision. They understood that without a compelling why, the pursuit of success lacks soul. Your why is not just about personal achievement, it's about contribution. It connects your goals to the impact you want to make. It turns ambition into service and effort into legacy. When you operate from this place, your work becomes meaningful and your success becomes fulfilling. In times of doubt, your why provides clarity. It acts as a North Star, guiding your decisions and actions. It fuels your motivation when external rewards fall short. It reminds you that the real victory is not in the outcome, but in the commitment to your purpose. To live a life of significance and joy, start with why, define it clearly, hold it close. Let it be the foundation upon which you build your dreams, the fire that propels you forward, and the compass that keeps you steady. When you do this, success will no longer be a hollow destination, but a meaningful journey filled with passion, resilience, and impact. Success doesn't arrive wrapped in a shiny package, delivered effortlessly to your doorstep. It's forged in the crucible of failure. The stories we admire most, the ones that inspire us, rarely begin with immediate victory. They begin with setbacks, mistakes, and moments of profound struggle. Imagine the countless times great innovators, creators, and leaders stumbled on their way to greatness. They didn't succeed because they never failed. They succeeded because they refused to let failure define them or stop their journey. Think about the story of Thomas Edison. He famously said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Those words reveal a profound truth. Failure is not the enemy of success, it is a vital part of it. Each so-called failure is a step closer to the solution, a necessary experiment that brings you nearer to the breakthrough you seek. Edison's journey to inventing the light bulb wasn't about avoiding failure, but about relentlessly learning and adapting until he succeeded. Many of us carry a deep fear of failure. We see failure as a verdict, a sign of inadequacy, or a roadblock. This fear can paralyze us, preventing us from taking risks or stepping into the unknown. But this fear is a false enemy. Failure, when understood correctly, is not something to dread. It is the most valuable teacher you will ever have. Failure teaches you lessons that no success can. It reveals weaknesses and blind spots that would otherwise remain hidden. It forces you to confront your limits and find new strengths. Every setback is an opportunity to grow, to rethink your strategies, and to become better, stronger, and wiser. It's a mirror reflecting the truth of where you are and what you need to change. When you stop fearing failure, you unlock the power to try. You give yourself permission to experiment, to innovate, to take bold steps forward. Embracing failure means accepting that stumbles are inevitable, but that giving up is optional. It means understanding that every no you hear, every door that closes, every plan that falls apart is not a dead end, but a detour guiding you to a better path. Resilience is born in this process. Resilience is not a trait you are simply born with. It is a muscle you build through repeated effort and endurance. Each time you face failure head on, absorb its lessons, and move forward anyway, you strengthen your resilience. This muscle will carry you through moments of doubt, exhaustion, and fear. It will keep you standing when the world seems to push you down. No shortcut exists to this resilience. You can't fake it or buy it. It comes from living fully through the ups and downs, embracing failure not as a setback, but as a setup for something greater. It's the relentless refusal to be defeated that turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. So don't be afraid to stumble. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Be afraid of not trying at all. Be afraid of playing it safe, of settling for comfort over growth. The greatest risk is not taking a risk. The greatest loss is the opportunity never seized. When you learn to embrace failure, you also learn humility and courage. Humility to acknowledge that you don't have all the answers, and courage to keep moving forward anyway. This combination creates a foundation for innovation and transformation that no certainty or guarantee ever could. Your journey will not be perfect. It won't be linear. It will be messy, unpredictable, and filled with challenges. But each failure is a sign that you are pushing your boundaries, that you are daring to reach beyond what is comfortable. Each failure is proof that you are alive, engaged, and striving. Look at those who have changed the world. Their stories are filled with countless failures, often hidden from public view. What stands out is not their perfection, but their perseverance, their ability to rise, learn, and try again. This is the heart of true success. Embracing failure doesn't mean you seek it out blindly. It means you accept it as a natural and essential part of growth. It means you shift your mindset from fearing failure to valuing the insights it provides. It means you celebrate the courage it takes to keep going when things don't go as planned. Failure is a teacher who never judges, who offers lessons wrapped in struggle, who calls you to become more than you were before. When you listen to this teacher, you gain clarity about what works, what doesn't, and what needs to change. Every successful person has a story of failure behind their triumph. It's not the absence of failure, but the presence of courage and resilience that defines them. They understand that failure is not a destination, but a part of the journey, an essential chapter in the story of success. So, as you pursue your dreams and ambitions, remember this: don't be afraid to stumble. Don't let the fear of failure hold you back from trying. Embrace failure as your most powerful teacher, your greatest ally on the path to achievement. Let failure be the fire that tempers your resolve, the wind that shapes your sails, and the hand that guides you toward your true potential. The lessons you learn in failure will prepare you for the victories that follow and make your success all the more meaningful. In the end, success is not about avoiding failure. It's about how you respond to it. It's about the courage to rise each time you fall, the wisdom to learn from every setback, and the heart to keep moving forward with hope and determination. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is the foundation of it. When you embrace failure, you build a resilience that no shortcut can replace. You create a life defined not by the absence of mistakes, but by the strength to overcome them. So don't be afraid to stumble. Be afraid not to try. Because in the willingness to fail, you discover the path to your greatest success. Life is unpredictable. It will throw curveballs at you. Sudden changes, unexpected opinions from others, and circumstances far beyond your control. These are realities that no one can escape. Sometimes the world feels chaotic, as if everything is spinning out of your grasp. But in the midst of this uncontrollable storm, there is a profound truth waiting to set you free. No matter what happens, you always control your response. This idea is powerful because it puts the reins of your life back in your hands. You may not be able to control the crowd's reaction, the weather conditions, or the actions of your competitors, but you can always decide how you respond. You can choose your attitude, your work ethic, and how prepared you are. This is where true power lies, in what you can control. Successful people understand this instinctively. They don't waste energy worrying about things they cannot change. Instead, they channel their focus, time, and effort into what is within their control. They cultivate a mindset that refuses to be shaken by external chaos. They commit to preparation, to showing up fully, no matter the circumstances. This focus creates a foundation for resilience and consistent performance. Think about elite athletes in high-pressure situations. The crowd may be roaring or silent. The weather could be harsh, the conditions less than ideal. The competition might be fierce, unpredictable, or intimidating. Yet these performers don't fixate on these uncontrollable factors. Instead, they focus on what they can influence: their mindset, their training, their attitude in the moment. They channel all their energy into delivering their best performance despite the external noise. This is a lesson we all can learn and apply. Life's unpredictability will never cease, but how we respond to it defines our character and our outcomes. When you focus on what you can control, you reclaim your power. You refuse to be a victim of circumstance and instead become the author of your own story. It starts with your attitude. Your attitude is a choice. It's the lens through which you view every challenge, every opportunity. You can choose to see obstacles as insurmountable walls or as stepping stones to growth. You can choose frustration and defeat or resilience and creativity. This choice alone can transform your experience. When you take control of your attitude, you take control of your life's trajectory. Work ethic is another area within your control. Regardless of external factors, your commitment to effort and excellence is yours to command. Hard work is not always glamorous, but it is reliable. When you focus on giving your best effort consistently, you build a foundation of trust in yourself. This work ethic becomes a shield against uncertainty because it is an investment in your own capacity, not in unpredictable outcomes. Preparation is equally crucial. You may not control the timing of opportunities or the conditions under which you perform, but you do control how ready you are. Preparation is the bridge between intention and action. It gives you confidence and clarity when the moment demands your best. When you prepare relentlessly, you put yourself in a position to succeed regardless of external chaos. This principle also extends to how you manage your thoughts and emotions. Life will provoke fear, doubt, anger, and disappointment. These are natural responses. But you have the power to choose which emotions you nurture and how you let them influence your actions. Cultivating emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your emotions, is a vital skill that gives you control over your internal world. When you focus on what you can control, you also liberate yourself from the paralysis of worry. Worry often stems from obsessing over outcomes you cannot predict or influence. It drains energy and clouds judgment. But by redirecting your focus to your own responses, your mindset, your effort, you reclaim that energy and use it constructively. This shift in perspective creates resilience. It makes you adaptable in the face of change. Instead of resisting reality or hoping things were different, you accept what is and focus on your next best step. This acceptance is not resignation, it is empowerment. It frees you to act decisively and with clarity. Moreover, focusing on what you can control fosters a sense of accountability. You stop blaming others, circumstances, or bad luck. You take ownership of your choices and actions. This ownership fuels personal growth and integrity. It strengthens your belief in your ability to influence your life positively. Imagine a life where you respond to every challenge with calm, clarity, and determination. Imagine the freedom that comes from knowing that no matter what happens around you, your power remains intact. This is not a distant ideal, but a daily practice available to anyone willing to embrace it. Reclaiming your power through focusing on what you can control also inspires those around you. Your calm presence in chaos, your unwavering commitment despite uncertainty, your refusal to be a victim. These qualities resonate and create ripples of strength and hope. Life will always test you with things beyond your influence. But your response, that sacred space of choice, is yours alone. Choose to focus on your attitude, your work ethic, your preparation, and your emotional control. Choose to be the person who rises above circumstance and leads with strength. When you do this, you transform not only your life, but also the lives of those who witness your resilience and courage. You become a beacon of hope, a living example of the power of control in a world of chaos. This is your invitation. Focus on what you can control. Let it be the foundation upon which you build your dreams, the anchor that steadies you in the storm, and the spark that ignites your unstoppable journey forward. No one succeeds alone. This truth is as simple as it is profound. Every achievement, every milestone, every breakthrough is not the product of solitary effort, but the result of a network, a tribe that surrounds and supports us. Behind every person who rises, there is a community of mentors who guide, peers who challenge, and friends who encourage. This tribe is the invisible force that carries us when we falter, amplifies our strengths, and reminds us of our potential when we lose sight of it ourselves. Human beings are inherently social creatures. Our need for connection runs deeper than the surface. It is wired into our very being. Research consistently shows that social support profoundly influences our motivation and mental health, two critical ingredients for true success. When we feel seen, heard, and supported, our capacity to face challenges expands exponentially. We find courage not just from within, but from the collective energy of those who believe in us. Consider the story of someone who has risen from humble beginnings to become a beacon of influence and inspiration. Beyond raw talent or determination, her journey was shaped by the relationships she cultivated, mentors who saw her potential before she saw it herself, peers who pushed her beyond her limits, and communities that offered encouragement in moments of doubt. These connections were not incidental but intentional investments in her growth. Mentors play an indispensable role in this process. They are the guides who have traversed paths before us, offering wisdom and perspective that can only come from experience. Their belief in us often comes at times when our own belief falters. A mentor's guidance is a compass, helping us navigate the complex terrain of ambition, setbacks, and self-doubt. They challenge us to see beyond what we think is possible and inspire us to reach for heights we might never have dared to imagine alone. Peers, too, hold tremendous power in our development. They are our mirrors and our challengers, reflecting back our strengths and calling out our blind spots. In the company of peers, competition transforms into collaboration. Instead of tearing each other down, we push each other forward. We share lessons, exchange ideas, and find solidarity in the shared struggles of pursuit. These relationships create an environment where growth is contagious. Friends and supporters fill a vital role as well. They are the ones who cheer us on when the road is long and lonely, who offer comfort when failure stings, and who remind us that our worth is not tied solely to achievement. Their encouragement nourishes our spirit and fuels our resilience. Building meaningful connections requires intentionality. It requires us to step beyond our comfort zones and invest time and energy into relationships that matter. It means seeking out those who will lift us higher rather than drain us. It means sharing our vision openly and vulnerably, inviting others to join us on the journey rather than walking alone. Collaboration is the fuel that powers this growth. When we combine our unique strengths, perspectives, and passions, we create something far greater than the sum of its parts. Collaboration sparks innovation, accelerates learning, and opens doors that would otherwise remain closed. It transforms individual effort into collective impact. The communities we build become sources of inspiration and strength, spaces where ideas flourish and where we find belonging. In these communities, we are reminded that our struggles are not isolated and our dreams are shared. This shared experience breeds empathy, compassion, and a deep sense of purpose. As we invest in relationships, we also cultivate trust, the foundation of all meaningful connections. Trust allows us to be authentic, to be vulnerable, and to grow without fear of judgment. It creates a safe space for risk-taking, for learning from failure, and for celebrating success together. Our connections shape our identity as much as our individual efforts. They influence how we see ourselves and what we believe is possible. When we surround ourselves with people who believe in us and challenge us to be better, we begin to believe in ourselves more deeply. The journey to success is not a solo expedition, but a collective endeavor. It is a tapestry woven from countless interactions, shared wisdom, and mutual support. Recognizing this truth frees us from the illusion that we must carry the weight alone and opens us to the richness of human connection. In the end, building meaningful connections is one of the most powerful investments we can make. It nourishes our soul, strengthens our resolve, and propels us forward. It reminds us that we are part of something larger than ourselves and that together we can achieve extraordinary things. Seek out your tribe. Invest in those relationships that challenge and uplift you. Share your vision openly and invite others to walk alongside you. Because it's in connection, not isolation, that true success is born and sustained. Success is not a sudden explosion of achievement. It is not a flash of brilliance or an overnight miracle. Instead, it is a slow, steady climb that tests your resolve and your willingness to keep moving forward, even when the world seems indifferent to your efforts. The journey to success is often invisible to others and sometimes even to yourself. It is made up of countless small steps, small victories and setbacks, moments of doubt and bursts of hope. It requires one essential quality above all else: patience. Imagine the bamboo tree. For years, it appears to do nothing at all. It grows underground, stretching its roots deeper and deeper, unseen and unnoticed. No one watching it would believe that it is preparing for a spectacular rise. But when it finally breaks the surface, it grows at an astonishing rate, shooting up to 80 feet in just a few weeks. This remarkable growth is not magic. It is the result of years of unseen patient work, of steady preparation beneath the surface. Like the bamboo tree, your efforts may not be immediately visible, but they are building a foundation that will support incredible growth when the time is right. Every small step you take matters. Every moment you decide to show up, even when the results are delayed, is a victory. When you persist with patience, you are making a commitment to yourself and your future. You are choosing to trust the process, even when the outcome feels uncertain or far away. This trust is not blind faith. It is a deep understanding that meaningful success requires time and consistency. It is easy to be discouraged when success seems out of reach. When you work hard and see no immediate payoff, doubts begin to creep in. You question whether your efforts are enough. You wonder if you are on the right path. You may feel invisible, as if your work is going unnoticed, unappreciated, or even irrelevant. But this feeling is part of the journey. It is a test of your commitment. The key is not to let those doubts stop you from moving forward. Patience does not mean waiting passively. It means actively continuing your work with faith and determination, knowing that progress may be slow, but it is still progress. It means understanding that the seeds you plant today might take months or even years to bear fruit. But when they do, the harvest will be worth every moment of waiting. Persistence beats talent when talent doesn't persist. Talent alone is not enough. Many people have talent, but few have the endurance to keep going when the initial excitement fades and the hard work remains. Persistence is what separates those who reach their goals from those who give up. It is the willingness to keep showing up day after day, despite obstacles, setbacks, and delays. This persistence requires more than just willpower. It requires a deep belief in the value of your work. You must believe that what you are doing matters, that it has purpose beyond immediate recognition or reward. When your work is grounded in meaning, patience becomes easier to sustain because your motivation comes from within, not from external validation. Understand that the path to success is not a straight line. It is filled with twists, turns, and moments of uncertainty. Sometimes you will feel like you are taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Other times, it may feel like you are standing still. But as long as you keep moving, as long as you persist, you are advancing toward your goal. The most inspiring stories of success are rarely about the moment of triumph alone. They are about the countless hours of preparation, the setbacks endured, the resilience built over time. They remind us that success is not a destination, but a journey. One that requires patience and unwavering persistence. In those moments when you feel invisible or discouraged, remember the bamboo tree. Trust that your roots are growing stronger beneath the surface. Keep putting in the effort even when it seems like nothing is happening. Each action you take is a building block in your foundation. Each day you choose to keep going is a step closer to your breakthrough. When you persist with patience, you are not just chasing success, you are becoming the kind of person who is worthy of success. You are developing resilience, discipline, and strength that will serve you in every area of your life. This process transforms you from the inside out, preparing you for the impact you are destined to make. Persistence with patience is not just about enduring, it is about thriving through the waiting. It is about embracing the journey with all its challenges and uncertainties. It is about knowing that your breakthrough will come because you never gave up. So keep showing up, keep believing in yourself and your vision. Keep working with intention and passion, even when the results are delayed. Because it is in the moments when no one is watching that your true character is forged. It is in those quiet, unseen hours that your future success is being built. Patience is not a passive virtue. It is an active choice to stay committed. Persistence is not mindless repetition. It is focused determination. Together, they create a powerful force that no obstacle can withstand. When you persist with patience, you unlock the door to extraordinary achievement. Remember, talent may open doors, but persistence keeps them open. It is the steady, patient effort that turns dreams into reality. The path may be long and difficult, but every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the success you seek. So embrace patience as your ally. Let persistence be your guide. Trust the process and keep moving forward. Your breakthrough is coming and it will be worth every moment of waiting. So to begin this journey together, I want you to take a moment and ask yourself a question that many avoid but few dare to truly answer. Why do you do what you do? Not the surface level answers. Because you want money, because you want recognition, or because you want to impress others. I'm talking about the deep core reason that fuels you each morning and keeps you moving forward when the world tries to hold you back. This is your why, your purpose, your North Star. This is the foundation on which everything else is built. Without knowing your why, every achievement will feel hollow, and every victory will leave you wondering what's next. But when you start with your why, when your actions are rooted in a clear, authentic purpose, something magical happens. You don't just work hard, you work with heart. You don't just pursue goals, you chase a vision that is uniquely yours. Now, I understand this is easier said than done. Finding your why requires introspection, courage, and honesty. It demands that you peel back the layers of societal expectations and self-imposed limitations to uncover what truly drives you. It means embracing the discomfort of uncertainty because the answers aren't handed to you. They